Why Aidan O'Connell will be the starter for the Las Vegas Raiders in 2024? Anthony Brown Jr. I didn't even know he was on the roster. I just heard about it from Hondo Carpenter. He was speaking about it when he asked a question of Antonio Pierce and said, "What do you think about him?" I didn't even know he was there. I never heard about the signing. I might have missed it or they kept it on kind of the under, but I did my best to do some research on him. And there's not a whole lot of film you can find on him, but the film that you can find on him is pretty daggone impressive. He really spent only 2 games for the Baltimore Ravens this year, but those 2 games that he started was nice work. And also, you get to see that his ability in a pro style offense is definitely there. So we already have 3 quarterbacks in the room right now. And if you look at it, it's exactly what you'd like to have in the room. You'd like to have someone like Aidan, who's young and upcoming. You want someone like Gardner, who's a veteran and kind of knows the shake of the system in the NFL. And you want your up and comer, somebody that or your young rookie that you need to mold and bring him up and see what he could or couldn't be. So our quarterback room is already filled up. And they really wanted Anthony Brown because he's on a practice squad at one point. So we had to make sure we put him directly on our roster to even get him as a player, which means they definitely had to give him the money. So they didn't just give him cash for the sake of giving him the cash. They have a reason for doing so. And with that being said, it shows another reason why they're going for similar type of players. Because the Anthony Brown kid, he's good and he's mobile, but he really would rather stay in the pocket. So if you look at all 3 of those quarterbacks, it all shows me that Aidan O'Connell will be the starter for the Las Vegas Raiders in the 2024 season. And it's good to see that we got a quarterback room that is going to be competitive. I really just don't see him losing to who's in the quarterback room right now. And I don't see anybody coming out of the draft, first of all, taking the job from him. And looking at the film, there's maybe only 2 quarterbacks in this draft that I would decide to pick before Anthony Brown Jr. And I think the Raiders know that. I think they know they got a little steal. And they're really, really not worried about a quarterback in this draft at this point since I've seen what that kid can do. Now, you guys, if you watch me, be ready to be upset because there's a lot of people who just are demanding whether we move up to get somebody or we just take who's the best quarterback we can get in the first round. And we might not even draft a quarterback this year. They have a full room. They have a good third string quarterback. They don't really need to look for anything else to develop. They don't need 4 quarterbacks in the room, and you already gave a third string quarterback a little over $1 million. Now, if they do bring somebody in, it's going to be much later, and it's going to be someone like a Joe Milton, maybe Spencer Rattler. I think also Jordan Travis would be, something that I think they would look at because of the way they play their game and how they would rather stay in the pocket for their production. So that's pretty much the reason I say that Aidan's job is pretty secure. So I really just like to get that out there. So people, when it comes to fruition, they're ready to accept it. So accept the fact that he's going to start. Accept the fact that we got 3 quarterbacks in the room. And accept the fact that the possibility of us moving up is impossible. The possibility of us getting the first round quarterback is unlikely. The possibility of us pulling out a quarterback before our 3rd pick is less than probable. And there's a chance, maybe a nickels or the dimes worth of a chance, that we don't draft a quarterback at all, in my opinion, just from looking at what I see and analyzing the work. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what the guru can do. Check it out. Remember, the guru told you. It didn't stop.